My name is Elisa English, and I'm the Chief Program Officer for Counseling in Schools. I oversee quality assurance and impact. What inspires me is the desire to help others. There's so many people in the world who need support and guidance and love, and to be in a position to help others, I believe, is a blessing. Something people don't know about the job. I would say that we actually do a lot with numbers. When you think of social work and school-based counseling, you're not necessarily thinking about numbers, but we're always concerned about how children are achieving academically, how they're faring emotionally, what is their attendance like in schools. So numbers are very important in this profession and in this organization. My favorite activity to do with the students is teach them finance. I think they need to know how to manage money, spend money, save money, and control their destiny. So being able to integrate finance with social emotional learning, I think is a plus. A story that I can share in terms of the way I worked with the youngsters and was able to make a significant impact with them was during the pandemic, when children were really going through a lot of loss. They were dealing with a lot of learning loss, and Counseling in Schools and myself personally were there for the students on the ground, able to provide things for food insecurity, even when, the PPE, the kind of things that they needed for sanitation and to keep themselves safe. We were there to support those families during that very, very difficult time. I think what I find most rewarding is that they actually ask for help. They're empowered now to come to people that they trust and say, I need help. That wasn't a thing, 5 or 10 years ago, but post-pandemic, they're coming to us for help. That means that they trust us, they believe in us, and they believe that we're going to support them and help them through their challenges. I think that the children that we work with, they are going to face many challenges in the future, but one of the things that really resonates with me is the fact that they are going to be dealing with a global economy, and they really need to have those relationships and build those relationships outside of their small communities so that they can have more access to opportunities beyond just what they have available to them here. And many of the things that they're facing even today around food insecurity, clothing insecurity, just financial insecurity, all of those things can have a way of following you if you don't find a way to, develop yourself so that you can develop relationships that can expand your scope or expand your reach. Well, it starts with the mind. You can run all day, but if your mind isn't healthy, nothing else will work. So I try to stay grounded. I try to stay centered. But I also exercise, and I do a little yoga, a little meditation, a lot of walking. And so those are the things that I do to stay healthy and prepared for the job. I would say it's changed me in a way that when you're working with young children, you really go through the developmental stages with them, and you see their progression over time, either for the good or the bad, but you're there with them when they're so young, and you're going through this process of development with them. And I think that part of the job has been extremely rewarding because you can see the change over time. I would say Christmas. I think at that point we're the mid-year mark, if you will. We're 3 to 4 months in, and it's a time to reset, recalibrate, take a look at the things that we're doing, reassess whether or not they're making a difference, and begin to look at new opportunities to try something different to support the youngsters in a different way. So yeah, and I love all the lights.